Close your eyes, sleep, pause, the starry canopy. Once upon a time, in a quiet forest where the trees whispered secrets and the stars danced in the sky, there was a magical meadow called Sleepy Paws Meadow. This was no ordinary meadow. It was a place where animals came to rest their tired paws, wings and tails, and where dreams were born under the watchful glow of the moon. Tonight, the moon was especially bright, casting a silvery light over the meadow. Luna the rabbit, the sleep guide of the forest, hopped into the clearing. Her soft white fur glowed in the moonlight, and her gentle voice carried the promise of sweet dreams. "Close your eyes, sleep, pause," Luna whispered. "Tonight, I'll take you on a journey to the starry canopy, a magical place where the stars watch over us and guide us to peaceful dreams." The animals gathered around, their eyes heavy with sleep. Oliver the owl perched on a low branch, Milo the mouse curled up on a bed of moss, Bella the bear cub snuggled with Fern the fox, and Pippin the porcupine rested by the bubbling brook. Even Lila the deer and Sammy the squirrel had joined, their heads nodding as they listened to Luna's calming voice. The starry canopy. Luna began her story, her voice soft and rhythmic like the gentle sway of the trees. Long ago, before the stars filled the night sky, the forest was a very dark place. The animals would huddle together, trying to find comfort in the shadows. They loved the warmth of the sun during the day, but when night fell, they felt lost and alone. One evening, a wise old owl named Celeste decided to do something about it. She flew high into the sky, higher than any owl had ever flown before, until she reached the Cloud of Wishes. This cloud was a magical place where dreams and hopes gathered, waiting to be granted. Celeste called out to the cloud, "Please, bring light to the night so my friends in the forest can feel safe and loved." The Cloud of Wishes heard her plea and decided to help. It gathered all the dreams and hopes of the animals and turned them into tiny glowing lights. These lights became the stars, and they were scattered across the sky to form a beautiful starry canopy. Each star had a special job. Some stars were guardian stars, watching over the animals as they slept. Others were dream stars, guiding the animals to sweet and peaceful dreams. And some were wishing stars, ready to grant the wishes of anyone who believed in their magic. From that night on, the forest was never truly dark. The starry canopy shone brightly, casting a gentle glow over Sleepy Paws Meadow. The animals felt safe and loved, knowing the stars were always there to watch over them. And whenever an animal felt lost or scared, they would look up at the starry canopy and remember Celeste's bravery. They would whisper their wishes to the stars, and the stars would twinkle back as if to say, "We're here for you." As Luna finished the story, she looked around the meadow. Oliver the owl was already asleep, his feathers fluffed up like a pillow. Milo the mouse was curled into a tiny ball, his whiskers twitching as he dreamed of fields of flowers. Bella the bear cub was snoring softly, her paw resting on Fern the fox's tail. Lila the deer rested her head on a soft patch of grass, her ears flicking as she dreamed of running through a sunlit meadow. Sammy the squirrel was tucked into his tree nook, his tail wrapped around him like a blanket. And Pippin the porcupine was fast asleep by the brook, the sound of the water blending with the lullaby in his dreams. Luna smiled and whispered, Good night, Sleep Paws. May the starry canopy guide you to the sweetest dreams. And with that, she hopped back to her burrow, where she closed her eyes and let the stars carry her off to sleep too. The next night, the forest was even quieter than before. A soft mist hung in the air, and the moon shone like a glowing pearl, casting gentle shadows across Sleepy Paw's meadow. Luna the rabbit hopped into the clearing, her ears twitching as she listened to the peaceful sounds of the night. "Welcome back, Sleep Paws," Luna whispered, her voice as soft as a feather. "Tonight, I'll take you on another soothing adventure, this time to the whispering woods where the trees tell stories and the wind sings lullabies." The animals gathered once more, their eyes heavy with sleep. Oliver the owl perched on his branch, Milo the mouse nestled into his mossy bed. Bella the bear cub leaned against Fern the fox, and Pippin the porcupine found his spot by the brook. Even a few new friends had joined Toby the turtle and Polly the porcupine, who had heard about the magical stories and wanted to experience them too. Luna began her tale. The Whispering Woods. Long ago, deep in the heart of the forest, there was a special grove known as the Whispering Woods. The trees here were ancient and wise, their leaves rustling with secrets and stories from long ago. The wind that blew through the grove carried a gentle melody, like a lullaby that could soothe even the most restless hearts. One night, a little fox named Ruby couldn't sleep. She had been exploring the forest all day, and her mind was filled with excitement. She tried counting stars and listening to the crickets, but nothing worked. That's when Luna appeared. "Come with me," she said. "I'll take you to the Whispering Woods, where the trees will help you find peace." Ruby followed Luna through the forest, the moonlight guiding their way. As they walked, the air grew cooler and the sounds of the night grew softer. Soon they reached the edge of the Whispering Woods. The trees here were tall and majestic, their branches reaching up to the sky. As Ruby stepped into the grove, she heard a soft whisper. "Welcome, little one," the trees seemed to say. "We have stories to share." Luna and Ruby sat beneath a large oak tree, its trunk wide and sturdy. The wind began to hum a gentle tune, and the trees started to tell their stories. One tree spoke of a brave squirrel who saved his friends from a storm. Another told the tale of a kind deer who helped a lost bird find its way home. And still another shared the story of a wise old owl who taught the forest animals the importance of rest. As Ruby listened, she felt her worries melt away. The stories were so calming, and the wind's melody wrapped around her like a warm blanket. Before she knew it, her eyes grew heavy, and she curled up at the base of the oak tree. Luna smiled and whispered, "Sleep well, Ruby. The Whispering Woods will watch over you." And with that, Ruby drifted off to sleep, her dreams filled with the gentle whispers of the trees and the soothing melody of the wind. As Luna finished the story, she looked around the meadow. Oliver the owl was already dreaming, his feathers puffing up as he let out a soft hoo-hoo in his sleep. Milo the mouse was snuggled under a leaf, his tiny paws twitching as he dreamed of running through fields of golden wheat. Bella the bear cub was curled up with Fern the fox, their breaths rising and falling in perfect harmony. Lila the deer rested her head on a soft patch of grass, her ears flicking as she dreamed of dancing in the moonlight. Sammy the squirrel was tucked into his tree nook, his tail wrapped around him like a blanket. Toby the turtle was fast asleep by the brook, his shell glistening in the moonlight. And Polly the porcupine was dreaming peacefully, her quills rising and falling with each gentle breath. Luna smiled and whispered, "Good night, Sleep Paws. May the whispering woods carry you to the sweetest dreams." And with that, she hopped back to her burrow, where she closed her eyes and let the whispers of the trees carry her off to sleep too. On the third night, the forest was bathed in a soft golden glow. The stars seemed to twinkle a little brighter, and the air was filled with the faint scent of lavender and honey. Luna the rabbit hopped into Sleepy Paw's meadow, her nose twitching as she greeted her friends. "Welcome, Sleep Paws," Luna said, her voice as gentle as a summer breeze. "Tonight, I'll take you on a journey to meet the Dream Weaver, a magical creature who weaves the sweetest dreams for all the animals in the forest." The animals gathered once more, their eyes already growing heavy with sleep. Oliver the owl perched on his branch, Milo the mouse curled up in his mossy bed, Bella the bear cub snuggled with Fern the fox, and Pippin the porcupine settled by the brook. Lila the deer, Sammy the squirrel, Toby the turtle, and Polly the porcupine were there too, along with a new friend, Willa the wolf pup, who had heard about the magical stories and wanted to join. Luna began her tale, The Dreamweaver's Gift. Deep in the heart of the forest, beyond the whispering woods and the starry canopy, there lived a mysterious creature known as the Dreamweaver. The Dreamweaver was a small silvery fox with fur that shimmered like starlight and eyes that glowed like the moon. She had a special gift. She could weave dreams for the animals of the forest, crafting them from threads of starlight, moonlight, and the softest whispers of the wind. Every night, the Dreamweaver would visit Sleepy Paw's meadow and spin her magical threads into beautiful dreams. She would weave dreams of flying through the clouds, swimming in crystal clear lakes, and exploring enchanted gardens. She made sure every animal had a dream that was just right for them. But one night, the Dreamweaver noticed that some of the animals were still having trouble sleeping. Their minds were filled with worries about the day, about their friends, or about things they couldn't quite explain. The Dreamweaver knew she had to do something. She called upon her friends, the fireflies, to help her. The fireflies gathered around her, their tiny lights flickering like little lanterns. Together, they created a special dream, a dream of peace and comfort. The Dreamweaver wove threads of golden light, soft whispers, and the scent of lavender into a dream so calming that it could ease even the busiest minds. She called it the Dream of Gentle Hearts. That night, as the animals slept, the Dreamweaver visited each one. She placed the dream of gentle hearts in their minds, and as they dreamed, they felt their worries melt away. They dreamed of warm hugs, kind words, and the feeling of being safe and loved. From that night on, the Dreamweaver made sure to include the dream of gentle hearts in every dream she wove. And whenever the animals felt worried or restless, they would remember the Dreamweaver's gift and know that peace was always within reach. As Luna finished the story, she looked around the meadow. Oliver the owl was already asleep, his feathers fluffed up like a pillow. Milo the mouse was curled into a tiny ball, his whiskers twitching as he dreamed of fields of flowers. Bella the bear cub was snoring softly, her paw resting on Fern the fox's tail. Lila the deer rested her head on a soft patch of grass, her ears flicking as she dreamed of running through a sunlit meadow. Sammy the squirrel was tucked into his tree nook, his tail wrapped around him like a blanket. Toby the turtle was fast asleep by the brook, his shell glistening in the moonlight. Polly the porcupine was dreaming peacefully, her quills rising and falling with each gentle breath. And Willa the wolf pup was curled up beside her, her nose twitching as she dreamed of adventures in the stars. Luna smiled and whispered, "Good night, Sleep Paws. May the Dreamweaver's gift bring you the sweetest, most peaceful dreams." And with that, she hopped back to her burrow, where she closed her eyes and let the Dreamweaver's magic carry her off to sleep too. On the fourth night, the forest was alive with a soft, silvery glow. The stars above seemed to dance in the sky, forming patterns that told ancient stories. Luna the rabbit hopped into Sleepy Paw's meadow, her ears perked up as she listened to the gentle rustling of the leaves. "Welcome, Sleep Paws," Luna whispered, her voice as soothing as a lullaby. "Tonight, I'll take you on a journey to the Cloud of Dreams, a magical place where the softest dreams are made and every worry disappears." The animals gathered once more, their eyes heavy with sleep. Oliver the owl perched on his branch, Milo the mouse nestled into his mossy bed, Bella the bear cub snuggled with Fern the fox, and Pippin the porcupine settled by the brook. Lila the deer, Sammy the squirrel, Toby the turtle, Polly the porcupine, and Willa the wolf pup were there too, along with a new friend, Hazel the hedgehog, who had heard about the magical stories and wanted to join. Luna began her tale. The Cloud of Dreams. High above the forest, beyond the Starlight Bridge and the Whispering Woods, there was a magical place called the Cloud of Dreams. This cloud was no ordinary cloud. It was soft and fluffy, like a giant pillow, and it glowed with a gentle golden light. The Cloud of Dreams was where all the sweetest dreams were made. Every night, the dream sprites tiny, glowing creatures with wings like butterflies would gather on the cloud and weave dreams from threads of starlight, moonlight, and the softest whispers of the wind. One night, a little bunny named Bree couldn't sleep. Her mind was filled with thoughts of the day hopping through the meadow, nibbling on clover, and playing hide-and-seek with her friends. She tried counting stars and listening to the crickets, but sleep wouldn't come. That's when Luna appeared. "Come with me," she said. "I'll take you to the Cloud of Dreams, where the dream sprites will help you find peace." Bree followed Luna through the forest, the moonlight guiding their way. As they walked, the stars above seemed to twinkle brighter, as if they were cheering her on. Finally, they reached a clearing where the sky seemed to open up. There, floating above them, was the Cloud of Dreams. It glowed with a soft golden light, and its surface shimmered like 1,000 tiny stars. The dream sprites fluttered around the cloud, their wings leaving trails of glittering light. When they saw Bree, they smiled and waved her up. "Come, little one," they said. "We have a special dream just for you." Bree climbed onto the cloud, and it was the softest thing she had ever felt. The dream sprites began to weave a dream just for her, using threads of starlight, moonlight, and the scent of lavender. In her dream, Bree found herself in a meadow filled with flowers that sang lullabies. The sun was warm, the breeze was gentle, and her friends were all there, laughing and playing. She felt so happy and peaceful that she didn't want to wake up. When it was time to return, the dream sprites guided Bree back to the forest. "Remember," they said, "you can always return to this place in your dreams. Just close your eyes and let the stars guide you." Bree thanked the dream sprites and followed Luna back to Sleepy Paw's meadow. By the time they arrived, Bree was so tired that she curled up on a soft patch of grass and fell fast asleep. As Luna finished the story, she looked around the meadow. Oliver the owl was already asleep, his feathers fluffed up like a pillow. Milo the mouse was curled into a tiny ball, his whiskers twitching as he dreamed of fields of flowers. Bella the bear cub was snoring softly, her paw resting on Fern the fox's tail. Lila the deer rested her head on a soft patch of grass, her ears flicking as she dreamed of running through a sunlit meadow. Sammy the squirrel was tucked into his tree nook, his tail wrapped around him like a blanket. Toby the turtle was fast asleep by the brook, his shell glistening in the moonlight. Polly the porcupine was dreaming peacefully, her quills rising and falling with each gentle breath. Willa the wolf pup was curled up beside her, her nose twitching as she dreamed of adventures in the stars. And Hazel the hedgehog was snuggled close to Pippin the porcupine, her tiny paws twitching as she dreamed of exploring the cloud of dreams. Luna smiled and whispered, "Good night, Sleep Paws. May the cloud of dreams carry you to the sweetest dreams." And with that, she hopped back to her burrow, where she closed her eyes and let the stars guide her off to sleep too. Sweet dreams, little one. Close your eyes, Sleep Paws.